What's going on, everybody? Back once again. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you and your family's having a good holiday up to now. I hope it continues. We're going into a new year, 2012, right around the door. All you barbers out there, hope you, behind the chair, making that guap. You know what I mean? Get it in. I was asked a few months ago to make a video pertaining to life after barber school, so to speak. Meaning, what's it like, in the transitional stage, going from barber student to actual professional barber, licensed professional barber. And the word and the phrase, hurry up and wait. I did the cardinal sin of not pre-applying. That was myself, and that was my fault, because my balance wasn't paid, so I could pre-apply. In some schools, and most schools, barber schools that is, not apprenticeships, but barber schools, you have to have your whole tuition paid. Okay? I didn't have my tuition paid. I had to work to get it paid. And so as a result, if you don't pre-apply in my school case, it was 1,200 hours, you have to wait until you're done the entire tuition, entire class, then apply. So I went ahead, I did that. I went ahead and pre-applied. I applied after I was done everything. So I did that. And now I'm just waiting. It's been like this since October, and it sucks. And I'm looking at January to February. I'm still cutting the hair here and there, but nothing to where, it's official. And so that's where I'm at right now. Much respect to all the barbers out there getting it, but I'll be there soon. And one thing, I still visit shops though. I still educate myself, not just for to pass the state test, but to keep myself, in shape. Keep myself ready, so to speak. It's almost like being an athlete. You practice, for the game. Just because there was a lockout in the NBA and the NFL didn't mean nobody wasn't out there, keeping sharp. Man, that's what I'm doing. From little tutorials to still going to visit shops to actual, cutting people hair on the side. I'm keeping myself in the game by just keeping myself active and educating myself. And not only that, developing, the swagger. I want to make this, I want to emphasize something real quick. Just to be clear, I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody thinks. The truth of the matter is this. Once you get your license, just because you have a piece of paper initially with your picture in the corner and across it says barber, does not mean that you are a good barber. What it means is that you are licensed by a certain state, whichever state it may be, that you are professional and efficient to do a trade, which in our case is barbering. Okay, that's all it is. All of you, for the most part, have a driver's license, correct? But it doesn't mean you're the best driver. It doesn't mean you're a good driver. When you first got it, you thought you were. Then you went out and you got in an accident. Why? Because you're not good. You're still learning. And that's the one thing, I want to hit on. We're all still learning. Young and old. You're still learning how to cut hair. Alright? You're always evolving. If you stop evolving as a barber, you're not going to make no money. Also on that, if you don't have, I guess the young guys, because I'm 35 years old now. I'm 35 years young, excuse me. The young guys call it swagger. If you don't have any kind of style, personality to yourself, you're not going. You're not even going to have no. You're not going to make no money really. You could have the best skills that God put on this green earth, but if you can't even, if you don't have the personality to have people gravitate to your chair, to get people in your chair, then who's going to know that? That's what I'm trying to, that's my emphasis to my point right now. You need to have something other than knowing how to use the clippers and the trimmers, to be a successful barber. If you don't have that, that it factor, that X factor, whatever you want to call it, then you're just gonna be a person that comes to the shop every day, sitting on his chair, waiting for somebody, and they'll never come. That's just that simple. You need to develop. And now being that you're in school, or if you're in my case, in transition, you need to develop that. I'm fortunate enough that, I had that before I walked into school. As a result, people, I heard this. I didn't say it amongst myself. My peers said it around me. When they would talk to people, they would say, I had the most clients. Yeah, there's a reason for that. And it wasn't just because I was, and I'll be modest, I was decent with the clippers, because I don't think I was nice. I still don't think I'm nice. But, it's because I have a personality, I'm outgoing, and not to mention I have a passion and a love for this profession that honestly, I really don't believe that anybody who's starting out has. I will go on record and say no new barber has more passion for this game than me. None. And I'll put that out there for anybody. None. Bar none. And with that being said, that's why I'm bringing this to you all who's just starting out. You got to develop a personality, not so much arrogance, because there is a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Okay? And people can see that because they're not stupid. But there has to be a confidence about you where you're not afraid. You can try this. This is what you can do. Go up to, you got your business cards, you got your flyers. Be able to just walk up. Matter of fact, take that back. You don't even need a business card or flyer. Try this 2 days, every day, meet 2 different people that you've never seen before. Young, old, man, woman, or child. Not even 2, 5. Take 5 people, you've never seen, and might look, a little bit intimidating. Walk up to them and just introduce yourself. Shake their hand. Tell them who you are. Tell them what you do. And then just say, have a nice day. That's all you got to do, man. That's all it is. It's called breaking the ice. You can't be in a shell thinking, oh, I'm hot, excuse my language, hot shit, and think that that's going to rub off of somebody good, because it's not. You got to be approachable. And for that, that's how you got to meet and greet. You got to go out. You got to talk to people. And if you're not able to do that, then how you expect to build a clientele? Because the fact is, you're the new barber on the block. A lot of barbershops aren't going to want to hire you because you're new, and they're not going to want to train, especially the busy ones. The real busy shops aren't going to want to hire somebody fresh out of the gate with no experience, because they in some cases have no time to train, and you're going to be left out in the cold. So how do you combat that? The saying goes, you ain't unless anybody is not talking about you. Unless anybody's not talking about you, then who are you? So you got to get some people out there. While you're in school, while you're in transition, and this is the time. Get out there, start going to people, start cutting people and have them. And you don't have to tell people to talk about you. They'll do it themselves. And the word will spread out kind of quick. There's this new person, or there's this new cat around, he doing this, he doing that. And pretty soon they'll come to you. Exhibit A, it's happening. I believe I agree, it's been said, it's been done. I did it. I've done it. I'm still doing it. And when you finally get in the shop, you're still going to have to work harder, because the fact is, the people that usually come to a shop, the regulars, aren't going to want to deal with you because they don't know you and don't know how you cut. So when you finally get that first person in your chair, of course, concentrate on the person, but the fact is, everybody, including barbers, are going to be watching you. They might not be staring you down like a barrel, like the barrel of a gun, but they will have their eye on you, your technique, and what you do. And once you knock that first haircut out the park, people are going to start softening up. They're going to give you a chance. Little by little, they're going to chip away, and next thing you know, you're going to be off and running. All right, so it's a process is what I'm trying to say. You're not going to get behind the chair and start making, $1,000 a week. That's just not going to happen. You wish it would, but it's not. Okay? It's not going to happen. Not just from, every day cutting hair. You're not going to make $1,000 a week from behind the chair when you start out. It's a gradual process is what I'm trying to say. And it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not to the swift. So take your time, be patient, and everything will work out. All right, that in a nutshell sums up this experience between barber school and transitioning. This is a transition period. So take care. Take my words. Heed my words. Listen to them. If not, God bless you too. And everybody have a good Christmas and have a good New Year. I'll come back probably just before the New Year's with another video. New Year resolution or something like that. But that's really what's going on. So everybody have a good day. Have a good weekend out there. Barbers make that guap. Talk to you soon. For everybody that knows me, I'll be on that AdMan national teleconference tonight. Holla at me then. Also, January next month, end of the month, Long Beach ISSE Hair Show. I will be in the building. I'll be in the building. I'm gonna try to go 2 days. More likely, it might just be Sunday. I might get my Sunday up just to go down there. But yeah, I'll be at Long Beach. I'm definitely be in the building. If you're in California, if you're in the state of California, you follow me. You know where it is. Holla at me. We can meet up or something. So nice to see you. If not, you can always talk through Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So talk to you soon. God bless and good night.